Let's do it. Let's move on. It is All-Star Weekend, or All-Star Week, I suppose. The Home Run Derby, which we're not going to participate. I just want to see who's playing or participating. Soto, Alonso, Alvarez, Schwarber, Goldschmidt, Polanco, Judge, and Kyle Tucker. Okay. Fair enough. And, of course, the All-Star Game. Let's see who made it. Let's see who made it. So the NL... Excuse me? NL. Merrill Kelly. Merrill Kelly is going to be the NL starter. 34 years old, representing the D-backs. 9-3 record, 2.52 ERA. 3.52 FIP. Okay. Okay. Zach Gallen, Zach Wheeler, Walker Buehler. Edwin Diaz made it because, of course, it doesn't replicate him being hurt immediately. And their starting lineup, Nico Horner, Xander Bogaerts. Now I'm sad. Juan Soto, Austin Riley, Mookie Betts, AJ Pollock, Lindor, Stevenson, Christian Walker, Kevin Plawecki. Way to go, Kevin. The Pirates needed a representative, and boy, didn't they get one. What stadium's hosting it? Seattle. On the AL side of things, Shane McClanahan is the starter for the Tampa Bay Rays. Who was our representative? How weird is it, by the way, to see DeGrom in the AL? It's crazy. Baseball fan, what's going on? Good to see you. All right, we do not have a reliever representing us. Cedric Mullins, Lowe. Otani made it. Unless I missed... Oh, that's right, Kluber. I missed Kluber. Thank you. You'll have to forgive me as a Red Sox fan. I'm still getting used to him being on the team. Evolver, I imagine. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Welcome in. All right. No, Kevin Plawecki making the All-Star Game as the Pirates representative is probably the most ridiculous. Okay, so we're still not going to know how good these people are, but now we get to start scouting a bit further. For the next couple of days, we get to start scouting, and we get to try to raise interest levels. So no doubt, top priority, Jimmy Denton. We need to get his interest as high as possible as our first round pick. From there, holy shit. Let's try to find out more about Floyd. And then Grant Harris. I would like to scout a little bit more. That'll be our focus for the next 3 days. You have so much bonus money, won't be a problem signing him. Well, the bonus money isn't the issue. It's their interest levels and whether or not they'll actually sign with us. So Jimmy Denton, 44 interest now. I don't know if we're going to be able to get him. I think he might walk away. Floyd Tremaine, as we scouted him out a little bit more, it's a bit scary. Grant Harris. I think we just go ahead and offer Grant Harris a contract. His bonus demand is minimum. So we're going to submit that offer. And we do end up signing Grant Harris. We still do not know how good he is. You don't find out until the signing period's over. But we do lock down Grant Harris. Let's go to Emil Chavez. I'm going to offer him a contract as well. Again, looking for minimum. We also sign Emil Chavez. We'll hope. We'll hope. From there, interest levels differ. Let's go to Hideo Ka. I want to scout him out a little bit. And we'll see what we're dealing with here. But I want to... Well, then again, that scouting is not going to do too much. Goodness. Evolver, thank you. Just had a draft. I got a 95 and a 98. Damn. What overalls and what age, though? Because that's always the key, right? You get like a 23-year-old guy with 98 potential, but he's a 52. It's like, how good is that really, you know? Okay, Denton, still just 46%. Let's offer Hideo Ka a contract. We'll see if he accepts. Ender, it's Spotify. Well, we can up the... Okay, so if we up the money, his interest goes up. And yeah, Hideo Ka has signed with us, just hoping for the best. Hoping for the best. We need to find out more about Bill Patel, obviously. I mean, all three of these guys we need to find out more about. You know, worst case for these other guys, though, we just throw out more signing money. That is the worst case scenario. We still have 15 days until the deadline, so let's make the most of our time. As the Dodgers offer us a deal, Trace Thompson for Kike Hernandez. Hernandez rocking a 77. He's 31 years old. Last year of his contract, Thompson is 32 and a 79. I mean, what's the point? 98 was an 18-year-old, 71. Jesus. Monster. All right, so Thompson. I mean, he's significantly cheaper. They do need a center fielder badly. I mean, they got AJ Pollock and JD on the left, Mookie on the right. You could justify that trade for them to get a center fielder. Thompson's a year older, a little bit more contract control. Kike, 701 OPS this year. Thompson, 872. I mean, why not, right? Why not? Contract control. I love Kike Hernandez, but I can't imagine I'd re-sign him. It's going to be one of those things where this will be very draft focused, but I don't think I'm going to try to immediately destroy the team. We'll try to do it over time and build it back up on the fly, essentially. I'll take that deal. We'll trade Kike Hernandez to the Dodgers for Trace Thompson. And yes, I would like to stop simulating. So, Mr. Denton. Why wouldn't they just play him in center? It's a good question. Okay, Denton's interest is getting there. I'm aware, catcher. I'm aware. We still have $8 million. Bill Patel. Let's offer you a little bit more here, buddy. We end up getting Bill Patel. Let's try to handle the guys who aren't going to be worth as much. Gio Conrad. He also signs. And then Steven Yan as well. Get him around 70. There we go. All right, so we got all of our lower picks. $6 million left. If we were to offer, I can't even offer Jimmy Denton a deal yet. We got to get his interest up there further. Same with Tremaine. These two are still locked because they're under 50%. So they are the focus the next couple of days. They are the focus. We have 9 days left. They're both now over 50%. Let's go ahead, keep them both here until the actual deadline to try and build up as much interest as possible and to try and save a little bit of that money if we can. So, again, we are still going to just leave these guys here. It'll be over 60% interest for Denton, which is very, very helpful. Very helpful indeed. All right. So 3 more days. I think now's the time. 3 more days until the signing deadline. We were able to build up the interest pretty well. Jimmy Denton. Let's go one more. One more week straight to the signing deadline. It's the trade deadline as well. So we go past the trade deadline. We didn't get any other offers. Jimmy Denton. Okay. We have $6.12 million to work with. Presumably Tremaine. The most we can offer him is 1.91, leaving about 4.2 million to offer Mr. Denton. So let's do that. Will Jimmy Denton take the deal? Yes, he will. Okay, now we just got to hope that he's good. So Denton signs. We'll max out Floyd Tremaine. And he also signed. Okay, so we did end up getting everybody. But now the question is, are they actually good? It's time to find out. It's time. I'm going to change it to this screen really quickly. I'm not even going to look at my screen. I don't want to know. Okay. Here we go. Jimmy Denton, how good are you? He's okay. Maybe not quite what you'd want for the 14th overall pick. 19 years old, B potential, a 58 is a little bit low. It's okay. You hope for more of a home run with the 14th pick. It's okay. So that's a thumbs in between the top and the middle. That's okay. Next up. Okay, Grant Harris. Absolute trash. All right. 99 overall Tash, but oh my God. A 47 overall at 22 years old. Next up, Chavez. 21B, but only a 54. That is not our catcher for the future. That is not our catcher for the future. We're going to have to look again next year. Floyd Tremaine, 21B and a 59. The eventual, bullpen, like long reliever, maybe a fifth guy by the time he's 30. God, this was awful. Gio Conrad, who was a shot in the dark, he is the same thing. Jesus, 22B and a 55. My God. Bill Patel, 23A, but a 55. Steven Yan, 22B, but a 46. Hello, Mr. Webster, by the way. And Hideo Ka, 22B and a 48. So in terms of potentials, we knocked it out of the park in terms of potentials. Overall, holy God. Yeah, look at Harris. I mean, you look at the scouted potential, his actual potential was an 85. Your best pick was when he didn't even scout. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we'll be looking at replacing our scouts very, very soon. Technically, it's going to be nice to have some people in the system, but yeah, it doesn't mean much. The Yankees swing and miss on starting pitcher Sean Sewell. His scouted potential, he was only a 77. And from there, I mean, no other B potential guy. They didn't get a single B potential guy for New York, including Josh Batts. The Rays, Vizcaino, damn, 18 years old, 67, 92 potential. 65 for Vasquez at 21, that's not bad. 63 for Crane at 21 is also not that bad. Pretty solid draft for the Rays. Blue Jays. Again, Jimmy Denton's not bad. He's not 21-year-old Mark Schur. 67 overall, 94 A potential for Mark Schur. They didn't get much else in that draft. But they got a good one for the 6'5" power hitter. Mark Scherer, who could have been ours, but isn't. White Sox took Aaron Swakos. Not bad. C potential's a bit disappointing. They do get Ted Schuster a little bit later. 54 at 18, 93 potential. That's pretty good. Cleveland, Valdez, pretty solid B potential guy. Boucher is only a 49, so that's a bit disappointing. Detroit, Rodrigo Rosa, not bad, 71 starting. Loftus is good at a 65 overall, and they didn't end up with any other B potential talents. Kansas City with Jose Nieve, that's a slam dunk, 67 at 18. Lane Heck is a 54 at 18, B potential, but he is rapid. Track star Lane Heck. Twins end up with Killian Bush, not bad. And Alexis De Silva, pretty good. And even Sanchez at 23, he's at least a 66. And even this 18-year-old is a 74, but he has a D potential. So that's one of the weirder ones. Number one pick was Pittsburgh. Houston, not a single B potential player, although Jonah Merrifield is 71-21 isn't that bad. It's a 72, but has 60 potential. Angels, Curtis Moser, solid, 66 overall. They also ended up with Sean Tupman, 57 overall is pretty tragic, though. Angels with Clint Huff, solid, 65 rated. 68 for Ramos, that's solid. Villafuerte, 56 at 18. B, that's not terrible. Decent draft for the Athletics, I should say. We were looking at the Angels before. The Mariners, Liriano, 64-21. Carvajal's great, though. Carvajal's great. They did very, very well with that pick. Texas ended up with Lawrence Hansen. It's like 4th overall. He was projected to go first. And the master of the bunt. That's a pretty damn good pick for 4th overall. And then no other B potential guys. Braves end up with Bernard Lopez in left. Pretty solid. What's up, man? Not too much. What's going on? We're currently in mourning over a terrible decision with the 14th overall pick. So, currently in mourning. That's all. Not a Padres franchise. We are currently using the Red Sox. As a Red Sox fan, knowing that this team is going downhill. Thanks to the Padres taking Xander Bogaerts. I'm not sad about it at all. Anyway, let's move on. The Marlins, pretty good pick with Jay Gould. I mean, he's a bit older, but a 71's good. Pedro Cora is awesome. That's a great pick for them. Stephen King's only a 57 at 21 B potential. He's not bad, but we didn't drastically screw up by not taking him. That contract's hideous for Bogaerts at the end. I mean, that's at the end. You worry about that after you've probably won at least a World Series. Or you're crying because somehow you didn't. The Mets, Jorge Zepeda, 59 at 18 is serviceable. And then they got this dude, Robbie Gaspar, is a 56 at 22. That's just not going to cut it. Phillies, J.R. Russell, 19 years old, 71 overall, pretty good. And the only other B potential guy is Junior Mendez, who is a 46. So, yeah. Fidel, I actually don't know. Washington, Greg Castaneda. They reached to take him 2nd overall. 19 years old, 61, only an 83. But they made up for it, too, getting Howard Woodward, 55 overall at 19. Also a B potential. So not too bad for the Nationals. Cubs with Robbie Sands, 62 overall at 18. That's not bad at all. Their only B potential guy. Bud Russ, 68 at 18, but C potential. Lerma's a 61 at 18, B potential. Not too bad for Cincy. The Brewers, 21 years old, 69 overall. Morales at 2nd base. Not bad at all. This dude's a C potential, but he's a 67, so pretty decent. Number 1 pick from the Pirates, and man, they made a good one. 19 years old, 71 overall, A potential on Aiden Wright. Has some control issues, to say the least, but he's got time to work it out. And a 47 overall for 19-year-old Damon McGowan. Their only other B potential guy. Cardinals with Wallace Sanchez. That's a great pick and a better mustache. And we could have had Chris Catt, but we didn't go that direction. 18 years old, 55 overall, 92 potential. Again, I didn't have him scouted. It was best guess territory, but our guess was not the best. Our guess was not the best. Diamondbacks, Jameson Morales, good pick at a 65. Montez, 56 at 21's not great. And Hernandez is a 60 at 22. Also not great. Rockies end up with Manny Maraville. Pretty damn good pick. And Rich Oliveros. Pretty solid pick as well. Also ended up with Tino Perez, but he's only a 55 at 22 years old. Great velocity. Not much else. The Dodgers did not get a single prospect over a B potential. The Padres with Julius Johnson, 20 years old, 60 overall, B potential. We wouldn't have been happy with him either. At 14th overall. He was their only B potential guy. The Giants end up with Colby Kelly, 58 at 18. Not that bad. In terms of other B potentials, 18-year-old Pierce at a 57 and 20-year-old Dillard at a 45. And then last but not least, the Orioles ended up with Luis Chavez. Good pick. Luis Chavez and Earl Rigdon in the same draft. Hello, Baltimore. And even 23-year-old Bill Morrison at a 66 isn't that bad. Not a draft that we're going to wax poetic about for a very long time. Some mistakes were made. I think that's a fair critique. Some mistakes were made. All right. We got to do our old September call-ups here to round out the season. Again, oh, good. Devers has been hurt. You might think I'm being sarcastic. I'm not. It's actually very, very good news for us. Do we want to call up the likes of Tristan Casas? I don't know if we do. Don't know if we do. Blaze Jordan went up to a C potential. He started the season as a D, so that's not that bad. Marcelo Meyer. I mean, we have options. I might just let it go auto, to be honest. It's fine. It's not a big deal. So the question is, how bad will we be by the end of this season? And, well, under 500 is the answer. It is season 1. It is season 1. So the, it's always weird to say it's the Woo Sox. Terrible record for them. Portland Sea Dogs make the playoffs, though, which is always nice. And yeah, we are, I'd imagine, going to be pretty bad. Sea Dogs have been eliminated as the Red Sox finish 76 and 86. No real surprise there. Let's go ahead and take a look at the standings. So, of course, the Blue Jays win the division by 5 games over the Yankees, who made the wild card. The Rays were actually 5 games worse than us. And the Orioles also finished under 500. In the Central, the Cleveland Guardians, the only team to make it. The Twins were the only other team above 500. Rough season for the Royals. And in the West, the Angels take the division by a game over the Astros. The Rangers also make the wild card. The Mariners were shockingly bad for them. And in general, the Athletics were just shockingly bad with 44 wins. Yeah, the Twins missed out on the wild card by 2 games. It wasn't an overly close race. But yeah, there are going to be some teams below us in the standings. In the National League, you had the Mets and the Braves make the playoffs. The Phillies finished 2 games over 500, but missed. Marlins and Nationals were both dreadful. In the Central, the Cubs, 98-win season for the Cubs. Okay. Brewers and Cards, both under 500. Reds even further back, and the Pirates with sub 70 wins. In the West, Dodgers win the division. Padres and D-backs make the playoffs. The Giants and Rockies, nowhere close. So the Phillies missed out on the last wildcard spot by 7 games behind the Braves. So the playoffs, you have Houston and the New York Yankees. The Blue Jays take on the Texas Rangers, with the Angels and Guardians getting the first round byes. Other side, it's Padres and D-backs, Cubs and Braves, with the Dodgers and Mets getting the first round byes there. For our team this season, hit leader was Alex Verdugo, who went up 3 points this year, right? He started at a 73. Home run leader with 25 was Trace Thompson. How many did he hit? I was going to say, I can still see how many he hit here, can't I? Apparently not. Devers had 22, so yeah, it wasn't a big power team. Trace Thompson was also the RBI leader. 17 stolen bases for Trevor Story. And we had some speed on the base paths, at least. Average leader was Alex Verdugo, batting over 300. OPS leader with an 885 was Trace Thompson. 192 strikeouts as well for Thompson. Yeah, I'm trying to ignore the fact that Devers missed a lot of time because it should make me sad, but it doesn't because we wanted to be bad. Wins leader for pitchers, Corey Kluber. Sale was 13 and 13. Over 200 innings pitched for Kluber as well. Only 41 walks. Paxton was 77. 160 strikeouts, though, for Sale. Still very efficient. And ERA-wise, Brian Bayo get to play a little bit. It was tragic. In terms of innings pitched, Whitlock was bad. Nick Pivetta was worse. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Kluber in terms of WAR was there. Whew. All right. League leaders. AL batting average leader, Cedric Mullins with a 336. NL batting champ, at least in terms of batting average, Bryce Harper with a 327. Hit leader, Cedric Mullins, 198. Trey Turner with 202. Trey Turner as a Philly. Love to see it. Home run leader, 46 for Jordan, led the AL. Juan Soto with 46 led the NL. Fair enough. Bo Bichette with 33, though, up there for the Jays. RBI leader was Aaron Judge with 111. 130 for Freddie Freeman. Damn. Had at least 8 players who had more RBIs than Aaron Judge this year. 37 stolen bases for Jorge Mateo. 32 for Trey Turner. 95. Ohtani led the AL in walks. 33 games as a pitcher and still led the AL in walks. That's amazing. I love that so much. All right. Award winners then, too, because they'll still show them at this point. Indeed. So DeGrom wins the AL MVP. Went 18-8. A 2.11 ERA. 269 strikeouts. As he outduels Ohtani and Judge, the 2 prior winners. Let's see. NL MVP Juan Soto. No surprise when we saw his stats there. Freeman and Alonso were also there. 45 home runs for Pete Alonso. Cy Young, Jacob DeGrom, no surprise. So Ohtani, very good season. Tristan McKenzie also getting a shout. He's up to an 86. NL-wise, it is Max Scherzer. It's Zach Gallen and Spencer Strider also up there. Fair enough. Batting title in the AL, we already saw it, went to Cedric Mullins. NL-wise, it went to Bryce Harper. Reliever of the year, Ryan Presley. 52 saves for the Astros with 63 strikeouts. Damn. Man, they did Jimmy dirty with that picture, didn't they? They did Jimmy dirty with that picture. Hold on. Oh, hold on. Can we get a... Yeah, I was going to say, can we get a zoom in on that? We might have to make that an emote. Jimmy Hergert's picture. That's beautiful. NL-wise, Edwin Diaz, 53 saves for him. Not too bad. Rookie of the year, Gunnar Henderson. The AL Rookie of the Year. Makes sense. Bo Naylor and George Valera were up there for Cleveland. The NL Rookie of the Year, Ryan Nelson. The Diamondbacks, 150 strikeouts for him. 72 overall. Hank Aaron Award goes to Judge. Not as worried about the Hank Aaron Award. Not too worried about the Gold Gloves either. So that is season 1, regular season in the books. Let's find out how the playoffs are going to go, shall we? So Houston knocks out the Yankees, as is tradition. We're still waiting to see what happens between Toronto and Texas. Blue Jays are off to the ALDS to take on Cleveland. San Diego made quick work of the Diamondbacks, and Atlanta survives Chicago. Sim a little bit more. ALCS, Houston and Cleveland. NLCS, San Diego and the New York Mets. San Diego already has a 2-0 lead. San Diego looks primed. They look primed. But yeah, 2 sweeps in the ALDS, by the way, including the number 1 seed Angels.
Here comes a pizza.
Let's see. Rob, thank you. Actually, no. Thanks to CNC Leagues is who I'm thanking for the gifted sub. How are you tonight, buddy? I hope you're good. San Diego going to the World Series. Eliminating the Mets in 6 games. They will be joined by Cleveland. The Guardians pull off the upset and come from behind to knock out the Astros. Cleveland and San Diego in the year 1 World Series, and Cleveland's up 2-0. Oh my God. Cleveland's up 3-0. The Cleveland Guardians up 3-1. The Cleveland Guardians, World Series champions. Cleveland rocks. You'll love to see it. Bo Naylor, World Series MVP. Postseason MVP, it was Xander Bogaerts for the Padres, and Ty France for the Guardians, but Cleveland.
Oh, good.
Season 1. Got the tape for the follow, by the way. Season 1. The Cleveland Guardians get it done and win a World Series. Fair enough. Fair enough. And that brings us to our first off season. And if we've learned anything, as we lose Justin Turner to retirement, I mean, I'm not upset. Sorry, Justin. I'm not upset. Tate as well. Thank you very much for the raid. Welcome in. What's going on? How'd the stream go? Let me see if my bot's up and running tonight. Hey, it is. What's going on? Altex. Hello. Let's quickly scroll through these. Miggy retires to the surprise of nobody. 57 overall. He did hit 8 home runs in his final season, though. I suggested the raid. Well, Altex, you're beautiful. But you already knew that. Johnny Cueto's gone. Patrick Corbin. Old Wade Miley. Adam Wainwright's finally gone. Castellanos at 25 retires due to a rotator cuff injury. It's always interesting when you have people retired due to injury, but it does tend to be lower overall people. Miguel Cabrera, Robinson Cano, both named to the Hall of Fame. 515 home runs for Miggy, as he called it. And we're going to have some stuff to do in this offseason. Some staffing concerns. This is, we got more headaches ahead beyond just that draft.